Brilliance Audio presents Perfectly Good Crime by Dete Meserve, performed by Sarah Naughton. My heels dug into the muddy ground as I clambered up the hill. Cries for help mingled with the drone of helicopters overhead, filling the early evening air. I had no idea what I would see at the top of that hill, but I suspected it would give me nightmares for a long time to come. The sharp smell of burning metal and diesel fuel choked my lungs. I ducked under the yellow police caution tape that stretched across the hill and separated the train tracks above from the sleepy Glendale, California street below. "Step back behind the tape," someone shouted at me. Damn. In the dim light, I could see the voice belonged to a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy, clad in a tan uniform and dark green trousers. "I'm with Channel 11, I answered calmly, even though I knew it wouldn't get me access. Every other news outlet had been sequestered at the bottom of the hill, where ambulances and fire trucks bathed the scene in red and white flashing lights. "No media allowed up here. It's not safe," he said, shining a flashlight in my face. I motioned for Josh, the cameraman who had been running behind me, to head back down the hill. But I didn't move. This officer was the one thing standing between me and an exclusive report from the scene of one of the biggest train disasters in Los Angeles history. "Any way you can give me 2 minutes up there?" I said, steam rising from my mouth in the cool mountain air. "I covered the last Metrolink crash and will—" "Officer," a paramedic raced up, interrupting me. "It's gridlock by the ambulances. We need help to get through with our stretchers." The officer started running down the hill with the paramedic. Then he stopped and pointed at me. "Get back behind the tape." I waited until he disappeared into the inky blue darkness, and then I darted up the hill. Flames and smoke poured out of the twisted wreckage of the train. There were bodies lying all over the ground, lit by the harsh blue-white light coming from the medevac helicopters overhead. Metal and debris were scattered in chunks along the hilltop, as though a giant had ripped the train apart in a rage. Everywhere I turned, rescue personnel were removing victims from the blazing wreckage. Los Angeles County Fire Department search dogs scoured the train cars for victims. A man in a neck brace was being hoisted up to a hovering helicopter. A few feet away, I spotted a woman's shoe, a spiral notebook, a briefcase. It was a scene so raw, my first instinct was to look away, to give the victims their dignity. But the wreck was massive, and there was nowhere else to look. "Kate, they want us live in 3 minutes!" Josh shouted at me as he rushed up the hill. "I'll be ready," I said calmly. But there was no way I was calm or ready. A wave of nausea engulfed me. I had covered natural disasters, murders, and tragedy for 8 years on TV news. But nothing had prepared me for this level of devastation. I couldn't shake the feeling that I should be doing something to help, anything, rather than preparing for a news report. Running out of a curtain of smoke, a group of paramedics carried a small girl on a stretcher down the hill. Through the haze, I saw Eric standing with a group of other firefighters, all in yellow turnout gear, as they prepared to ascend a ladder to get inside the toppled train car. "Eric!" I called out to him, but my voice was drowned out by the deafening noise around me. Still, he glanced in my direction, and I ran toward him. His face was smudged with dirt and sweat. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice raspy with emotion. "The fire is out of control. There are dead bodies on top of survivors. This is something you don't want to see."